Today's top news headlines: 4 active members of KCP-PWD arrested. Works Minister T.H. Biswajit hits back at Congress. Miscreants open fire at residential gate. And Manipur adds 155 coronavirus fresh infections. A very good evening and welcome to Pony Television English News at 7 p.m. I'm Loving Rimai giving you the latest news update. 4 active members of KCP-PWD were arrested at around 5 p.m. yesterday in a massive counter-insurgency operation in Hengang area. The operation was carried out by a combined team of Imphal East Commando Unit, Hengang Police, 16 Assam Rifles and 15 Assam Rifles under the supervision of M. Pradeep Singh, IPS, Superintendent of Police, Imphal East, and Additional SP K.H. Herojit. In a press briefing in his chamber, SP M. Pradeep said arrested KCP-PWD members were involved in extortion of money from the general public private firms, government employees, and also involved in hurling hand grenades and planting explosives at residences. They were identified as Wahengbam Ramananda Singh, aged 48 years, of Konta Ahaluk Makalekai, Soibam Inaw Singh, aged 31 years, of Wangoi Laiprakpam Mayai Lekai, Sapam Mohan Singh, aged 52 years, of Denta Kuno Bazar, and Mohammad Ayub Khan, aged 46 years, of Lilongdam Makha. SP M. Pradeep Singh further said 30 demand letters, 240 WY tablets, and 4 mobile phones along with SIM cards were recovered from them.
Ngarang numit asida pung mga taba matamda ahalluk lai haropam manaktagi Wahengbam Ramananda Singh Elias Russo Elias Luangamba Koba nupa amase pung mga taba matamda koina phabani mana wahang pohang tawda Kedar ama Soibam Inaw Singh Elias Vim Koba amazu makhataba operation da amuk phabangami ahum subada Ayub Khan Koba ama Lilongdagi mukphai last da Dentha dagi Sapam Mohan Koba amaga punaphai tungan ba pungphamda makoidagi akhoina recover tawse pulapna 30 number of demand letters People's War Group Thaba adagi di kaino dagi Ayub Khan haibisdagi 240 WY tablet amasu phai adagi makoi mayam dagi pulapna punjilaga mobile Mari amagasu akoina seize tawi.
Manipur Works Minister T.H. Biswajit on Thursday said that the Rs 800 crore scam in PWD alleged by Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee MPCC Working President K. Meghachandra was an attempt to misguide the people of the poll-bound state. There is no scam, Minister Biswajit told journalists at his official residence at Sanjantong in Imphal. He hit back at MPCC leader K. Meghachandra and called him naive politician. The opposition Congress has been spreading wrong propaganda against all development activities of the BJP-led government in the state, Biswajit said. The BJP works for inclusive development, he said, and added that no development works were visible in the hills during Congress regime.
Kabar amadana amang yaw anna hanna khalakanda wangambi bachungmi Congress ti hujikti tumin lairo BJP the matam khara pi ko BJP ki aran ba myam do tungchal kan da ngang u ngang ki rajniti to bu yana bu wang kanu maduna na khoi de hena asok pa legani ha je ai Congress party am siri mega chandra da ai hai gane ma je aduna khoi seida lairiba khoi maximum to maximum akhoi thawak pai khali yengbiro election gi manung da su dum kolas thabu ya de ha ba leite adum thagani magi wa order pi ki ba mayam sing na torpa matam da handaki April March April bawta koi lambi singje tugi matik tip top ta setpa phangani lambi tharak pajina maram warga ngasai honorable MLA habi gi ba flight landing ta ba ya lambi sembe ha do koi thongju kendra ju am semi hangang kendra ju am semi mafam kharada aduna akoi gi leiriba khununa kanoda mathong da dum chauraga dum guru nganga leidok sarpudi lam koi thopiu kendra kharada chatpiu aduga yengbiu aduga ngangbiu ai thongane bo masima.
As the assembly polls draw near in Manipur, pre-poll violent incidents are frequently taking place in the state. Some miscreants opened fire at the residential gate of one Wahengbam Dharma Singh at Arapti Mayai Lekai under Irubung police station of Imphal East district early on Thursday. The incident took place at around 3 a.m. Condemning the incident, residents of Arapti Mayai Lekai staged a protest. Wahengbam Renu, wife of W. Dharam, decried the firing incident and appealed to the concerned authority and the chief minister to investigate the incident and take legal action against the culprits. She added that on January 5, a team of Andhra police commandos detained her husband W. Dharma Singh without any reason but was released on the same day. Later it came to know that his detention was in connection with elections. Wahengbam Renu also said some miscreants recently attacked their house with stones. She appealed for a peaceful election. The protesters also shouted several slogans. Elections will be held for 60 seats in Manipur in 2 phases on February 27 and March 3.
Nomoi kapsari gino kanano masa khoi khangjate leiriba imungje leiriba isa isu angang nubi meyam thingje pakhana dana mi hun thang je khanna dana akiba loina ba poe ado masi kari maram gino akoina kari lalu bagino masi sarkar am tang yeng changbiraga praja ko da wahli ba meyam je masi am tang ko halbi mamang da ju hairiba aigi puro bije January gi tang manga jida maran su lai leitana maje andro gi puli commando na haraga puraga khoi je chatle hari do kari gino mai to ko na to vote ki mari leina bo oi leram.
Manipur reported 116 COVID-19 fresh cases and 0 deaths on Thursday as per the Manipur COVID-19 Command Control Room. The positivity rate was recorded at 5.9%. The state's COVID tally has climbed to 126,705, while the death toll stands at 2,012. The state COVID-19 Command Control Room in a release said the new infections were detected after testing 2,610 samples in the last 24 hours. India added more than 2.47 lakh new COVID-19 cases on Thursday, the highest single-day rise in the ongoing wave. This is a 27% jump from yesterday when the country reported 1,94,720 cases. The active cases comprise 3.08% of the total infections, while the national COVID-19 recovery rate has decreased to 95.59%. The daily positivity rate was recorded at 13.11%, while the weekly positivity rate was recorded at 10.80%. The center has said that while hospitalization rate may be low at the current levels of the Omicron surge, the COVID-19 cases are spreading at a large scale. Various political parties, churches, NGOs, student bodies, local or village councils, medical experts and scribes bodies on Wednesday held a consultative meeting over the rising COVID-19 cases and potential spread of Omicron, a highly transmissible new variant of coronavirus in Mizoram, an official statement said. The meeting was convened to deliberate about containment measures and future plans in view of the rising COVID-19 cases and possible spread of Omicron, the statement said. Chief Minister Zoramthanga, who presided over the meeting, urged the participants and the people in general to continuously concertedly fight against the COVID-19 pandemic amid rising cases and possible spread of Omicron in the state, it said. He expressed gratitude for the manner in which political parties, churches, NGOs, and village authorities concertedly fought the pandemic in the last 2 years. He urged them to continue with the collective effort to fight the rising COVID-19 cases and the potential spread of Omicron. The Chief Minister further said that his government would do what it is required and necessary to be done for the goodness of the people. Health Minister Dr. R. Laltangliana told the meeting that the government would try its best to control the further spread of COVID-19. He urged the people to strictly follow COVID-19 appropriate behavior and other COVID-19 protocols to avoid lockdown, and also appealed to all eligible beneficiaries to get the vaccine. Let's take a short commercial break. Stay tuned for more updates.
Karigumba dom yumda laiba anabasingi hida kappa dressing tauba blood sample loba rice tube hapa catheterization hapa enema tobinaba experience lairaba nurse amati doctor thibada awaba thengnabirabadi wabiraganu Medlin Home Nursing Care Service Manipurna pung kunmari chukna adom yumda latuna hida kappa injection piba dressing tauba feeding tube hapa catheter hapa amadi makhal kya ke anabasing experience lairaba doctor amadi nursing tuna mating pangzari akupa marol gi damak Medellin gi helpline number 9205987988 amukasu 9205987988 ta call tawuna tanabiu natraga Google Play Store gi Medellin app download tawuna booking tawi.
Welcome back after the break. A Memorandum of Agreement (MOA) for transfer of technology on biofertilizers and biopesticide and development of industry incubation systems was signed between the Central Agricultural University, KAU, Imphal, and the Soil and Water Conservation Department, Government of Nagaland on Wednesday in the Office Chamber of Agriculture Production Commissioner of Nagaland, Waikiketo Sema, IAS, in the presence of K. Libanthung Lotha, IAS, Commissioner and Secretary, Soil and Water Conservation, Nungsang Wapang, Additional Secretary, Agriculture, K. Zeketo Awomi, Director, Soil and Water Conservation, and K. Kekito Shohe, Nagaland Nodal Officer for Soil Health Management, who were also the signatories of the Memorandum of Agreement, a DIPR report said. The Agriculture Production Commissioner, in his introductory remark, mentioned that in Nagaland, 70% of the population living in the rural areas depend on the agriculture and allied activities. Out of this, 73% are engaged in jhum or shifting cultivation, and 27% are engaged in settled farming. He also said that the traditional way of cultivation, that is, jhum, is not found to be economically viable and ecologically sustainable. The officer then said that the state government of Nagaland is happy that the union government has sanctioned 2 BFPU and 10 units under consideration in this financial year. In this regard, the state government is in need of experts for efficient implementation. According to the report, Dr. S. Basanta Singh, Director of Research, KAU, Imphal, Manipur, in his address mentioned that the signing of MOA is a historic moment for both the parties, as this was the first time an agreement was signed between the Central Agricultural University, Imphal, and the government of Nagaland. Union Development of Northeastern Region, Do Northeast Region, Minister G. Kishan Reddy on Wednesday held a review meeting to monitor the preparedness of the 8 states of the Northeast with respect to the COVID-19 situation. He called on all the state health ministers to develop medical and health infrastructure, procure medicines, and procure COVID-19 specific essentials such as masks, PPE kits, and oxygen concentrators, etc. The union minister also urged the states to use all media and communication channels to bring awareness about the third wave due to the Omicron variant. The minister called on the state officials to ensure that all COVID-specific protocols are followed and stressed on regular RT-PCR testing and home isolation in the case of non-critical cases as per the standard operating procedures (SOPs) released by the center. He also requested all the 8 states to adopt the teleconsultation platform eSanjeevani that has hubs at the district level to ensure that those under home isolation have access to regular health care and monitoring, and also to ensure that they have supplies of essentials and medical kits. Apart from this, Reddy advised strict enforcement measures and extensive testing and contact tracing measures. He said all measures should be taken for observing COVID-appropriate behavior and management of micro-containment zones wherever it becomes necessary. Joint Secretary Health Lav Agarwal presented state-specific observations and requested individual states to prioritize based on the specific issues highlighted for the respective states. Appropriate action would be taken as per the law of the land against those who are found guilty in the December 4 Nagaland killings. This was assured by Indian Army Chief General M.M. Naravane. Based on the findings of the inquiry, appropriate action will be taken. The law of the land is paramount and that the Army will always uphold that and take action as required, General Naravane said as per a media report. Notably, at least 14 Nagaland civilians lost their lives after commandos of the 21 Para SF opened fire during a botched counter-insurgency operation. The incident at Otting village in Nagaland is highly regrettable. The Eastern Command ordered an inquiry which is being headed by a Major General. The inquiry is in its final stages, Army Chief General M.M. Naravane said. The killings in Nagaland on December 4 reignited the demand for immediate repeal of the Armed Forces Special Powers Act, AFSPA, from the Northeast. The BJP on Thursday finalized the list of 172 candidates for the upcoming assembly elections amid the heavy losses that the party is witnessing in the back-to-back exits of heavyweight ministers and MLAs from the party, as per media report. It was reported earlier that Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath is likely to contest from Ayodhya. Insiders confirmed that both the Chief Minister and his deputy Keshav Prasad Maurya will be contesting in the election. Polling in most of these 172 seats will be held in the initial phases beginning February 10, and the party is also considering fielding Deputy Chief Minister Dinesh Sharma and State Unit President Swatantra Dev Singh. Addressing the media at the BJP headquarters, Maurya said the party held wider deliberations on the 172 assembly seats and will register a bigger victory than the 2017 assembly polls. BJP President J.P. Nadda and Union Ministers Rajnath Singh and Nitin Gadkari, all three of whom have contracted the coronavirus, joined the meeting via video conferencing, while Home Minister Amit Shah and several other leaders besides those from Uttar Pradesh, including Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, met physically. Tengnopal District Police, backed by NAB, NCB, Forest Department and Manipur Rifles under the overall supervision of SP Tengnopal, has been carrying out an anti-poppy plantation drive in Machi subdivision of Tengnopal District since January 12. So far, 77 acres of poppy cultivation has been destroyed by the combined team in the last 2 days. The destroyed poppy straws could yield about 770 kgs of opium, police said. Dr. Naurem Chauba, president of Manipur Yogasana Sports Association, said that practicing yoga keeps one healthy and that it can help prevent COVID-19 infection. He was speaking to media at Manipur Press Club in Imphal on Thursday. Dr. Nauram Chauba went on to say that 75 crore Namaskar project has been launched to commemorate 75 years of India's independence and that Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav is an initiative of the center to mark the 75 years of independence. The project is an initiative of Patanjali Yogpith, Gita Pariwar, Heartfulness, Krida Bharti and National Yogasana Sports Federation. He appealed to people from all walks of life to take part in the yoga program, which began from January 1. The program will continue till January 20.
Azadi ka amrut thadin kha tamgibaki adugumba mayoina akona contribute ama adu celebrate to series da kartuna ba amadu sayok pibo oina 75 crore Surya Namaskar adu project Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports mari ayush ka punsala harakan akoi bharat da leiba praja khudimak sinasi exam sinna yintuna lena ba aduga maru oina COVID pandemic stage da ekoi chamasi to karamna survive to budagi habugi adugumba ministry gi am chawa adum mission amagi makha sichalapa National Yogasana Sports Federation na masigi apung koiba adum dai jalore harga bharat singatun na pampuli
acceptable matunda Manipur Yogasana Sports Association na National Yogasana Sports Federation ki makha da initiative lawjaduna Manipur da kemi tawjabani hairiba thoram asida contribute tawjadaba honajabani adu masida hairiba project 75 crore Surya Namaskar hairiba sida koina registration tawshin biduna masida participate to tamai kana participate to we agani haibadi Manipur da lairiba institution schools colleges sansthan sports ki body association na chingba kuding makna loina ba not just for sports kata junatana office agidi corporate sector da lainiba khudimakna loinamakna individual ama oina su participate da yai.
Today's bulletin giving you the headlines once again. 4 active members of KCP PWD arrested. Works Minister D.H. Biswajit hits back at Congress. Miscreants open fire at residential gate. And Manipur adds 155 coronavirus fresh infections. And that is the end of the English bulletin for Pawnee Television at 7 p.m. Stay tuned to Pawnee Television for more updates.